Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there and age, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about how to make money without actually spending money. Very similar to the last video that I posted. A lot of this is actually going to be things that I've done personally, and then it's also going to be things that other people have done as well. And I will highlight certain things that I've personally done as well as those that other people have done. Now, I do want to say that the subscriber count is going up. I'm super grateful for that. And now we have only 89% of people who are not subscribed to the channel, which is down from 90%. So I do thank you all for subscribing, and I hope you enjoyed this show, right? So let's talk about it. Some similarities and something that I already went over. Uber is a great way to make money without having to spend money. Now, a lot of you may say, well, you have to spend money on gas for your vehicle. But again, that's not necessarily the case. When I started Uber and DoorDash, I just used my roller skates and I traveled throughout Manhattan. Now, I know everybody does not live in a big city, right? Everyone is not living in Chicago, New York, Washington, California, and all these other big cities. And so they're not going to have the luxury of just walking to certain destinations to deliver food, or to roller skate to different destinations and kind of make it a fun thing, or bike to different destinations, right? So if you're not in one of those big cities, then yes, you may need a vehicle in order to get started. But I do want to say that I started with no money. So it is true in my example, right? I did not have to spend money in order to make money on that. My phone bill was already being paid for with my job at the time. And when I wanted to make more money, I did not have to spend any additional money there. So the next thing is going to be Airbnb arbitrage. My cousin did this personally, and I do have a friend who does this now in Miami, Florida. Now, my cousin did this in New York, and if you watch my last video, you know that his rent was $2,000, but he was making an additional $3,000 a month for a total of $5,000 in just Airbnb arbitrage. So now, typically, this is you communicating with the landlord, letting them know, hey, I'm going to rent this thing out, and I'll give you some of the profits, or I'll give you the fixed cost of the rent in which you're asking for. In my cousin's case, he was actually living there, but then he moved out to live with his family, like his mom and everybody else. And so when he rented this out, he had already had a lease in place, already had an agreement in place. He didn't necessarily want to find someone to lease out the rest of the term to. And so he put it on Airbnb, and it was very profitable for him. We all know how New York has cracked down on Airbnb now, and so it is definitely not the same. But I don't believe Florida, Miami has the same restrictions, and so this is still viable in other areas outside of New York. The next thing that you can do in order to make money without spending money is host a garage sale. But not only just selling your items, because I know a lot of people are hoarders. I like to hoard some of my own things. I'm not big on a lot of things, but we have the tendency to like what we have bought, right? Makes sense. You can go on Facebook, you can go on OfferUp, and you can find people giving away things for free. I'm talking about furniture, I'm talking about all types of appliances, refrigerators, mini fridges. If you live close to a college, understand that these kids are going to want mini fridges. If you give it to them for $25, $50, they'll hop on that bargain of a deal. Depending on where you live, you can absolutely make things happen. So for example, I live close to Ohio State. If I hoard up on mini fridges, the possibility of me selling 100 mini fridges at the start of the school year is very high. right? When I was in upstate Albany, New York, you had several schools, the SUNY University of Albany, you had Sage College, and a few others. If I were to stack up on about 50, 60 mini fridges or mattresses and sofas or whatever the case may be, a lot of those things would be gone with the wind, right? And so again, just making things happen with no money down is is something that is absolutely possible. Now, if you live in a rural community where you're not close to any colleges, I was just using that as an example of something that I've actually done. But you might have a different benefit. You might have a booming business like Amazon or Target or whatever close to you that may need a certain service or product that you can find and provide. So that's a lot different than catering to the student community. But again, just giving you some options on what I've personally done and what you can do in order to make some money right away. Now, with that being said, I'm trying to scratch my head for additional ways of supporting people. And one that I'm thinking about right now is personal fitness. So this obviously requires you to be in a decent shape. It requires you to have some knowledge on fitness itself. Personally, I'm still an amateur boxer myself. And when I was at the gym recently, I was actually teaching a class on boxing to people who are much more novices than I am. Now, if I said, hey, I need $10 per lesson, and I had a class of about 4 people that I was teaching, that was $40 already from that lesson. That's going to pay for my phone bill because I'm cheap. Yes, I have a $40 phone bill. And then if I do this 3 times a week, that is $120 that I just got for exercising. I'm just bringing people along with me. And so, again, just different ways of making money without necessarily having to go all out. And when you are proven to do things properly, the demand will go up for you. So, for example, if you are already in a nice build, you already look big, strong, and muscular or fit in shape and slim, the demand for your services will go up because people will then be inclined to say, hey, I want to look like that. I want to be like that. But if you're sloppy, if you're not where you want to be in life, the demand for your services will go down, right? And the same thing with buying things for free and reselling it. Those reviews that you get on Facebook, the reviews that you get on OfferUp will then incline more people to say, okay, this person isn't sketchy. This person is someone that I can trust. And therefore, they'll buy from you more and more. You'll then become the person who just sells mini fridges. You'll then become the person who does the fitness classes. You'll then become the person who has a 5-star rating on Uber. And this will allow you to essentially just make more money overall from nothing at all. And then again, same thing applies to Airbnb with the ratings as well. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and on Rumble. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.